Batman 2's Mattson Tomlin to co-write script with Matt Reeves. Reeves is back as director with Robert Pattinson as a brooding Bruce Wayne. This came out yesterday. I wanted to talk about this because we have a couple articles here due to the fact that Matt Reeves has been accused of lifting the script from another DC writer recently. We'll talk about this article and then the fact that Matt Reeves did sign a new deal. Here we go. Screenwriter Mattson Tomlin is once again heading the call of the bat signal. Tomlin is re-teaming with Matt Reeves to write the Batman 2, the follow-up to Reeves' well-received Robert Pattinson starring take on the Caped Crusader that provided to be a hit with audiences. Plot details are being kept in the Batcave. It is not even clear whether the sequel will feature the Joker. Batman's classic nemesis teased in the closing moments of Reeves' movie was portrayed by Barry Keoghan. The news comes as Reeves signs a first-look deal with Warner Discovery. Now we're over here at Deadline, taking a look at another article from yesterday. The Batman director Matt Reeves sets multi-year first-look film deal at Warner Brothers and re-ups with Warner Brothers Television. This is very funny in the previous part of the video because I mentioned the fact that he'd been accused of stealing the script. Let's go through some of the details of his deal with Warner. Warner Brothers is going all in on the Batman director Matt Reeves and his 6th in Idaho production company. He has become the first filmmaker given an overall first-look film deal since Warner Brothers Picture Group CEO chairs Mike DeLuca and Pamela Abdy were hired by Warner Discovery chief David Zaslav to steer the film division. In addition, Reeves has re-upped with Warner Brothers Television Group and chairman Channing Dungey, where he is also working on the Batman spin-off series The Penguin with Colin Farrell. That one could be kind of interesting, as I'm not a big Colin Farrell fan, but I did like him as the Penguin. I thought he did an excellent job. Reeves and 6th in Idaho had a first-look film deal at Netflix. Reeves is spending so much time on film and TV projects relating to the Batman franchise that it made perfect sense for him to call Warner Brothers home with the multi-year first-look deal. DeLuca and Abdy hope to see him grow into the kind of cornerstone filmmaker that Todd Phillips has been with the Hangover and Joker franchises and what Clint Eastwood has been forever at the studio. Making this legendary studio my home is a dream, Reeves said in a statement. I am so excited to be working with Mike, Pam, Channing, and our teams to bring captivating stories I am truly passionate about to the big and small screen. Under the terms of the new deal, Warner Brothers Picture Group, productive divisions, Warner Brothers Pictures, New Line Cinema, Warner Animation Group, and DC-based films will have first-look rights to Reeves' works as a writer, director, and or producer. Reeves is currently back at work on the sequel, co-writing with Mattson Tomlin, the second installment of the DC resuscitation that drew strong reviews and a global gross north of $770 million. Robert Pattinson is back for the sequel as the title character. As part of the new deal, Reeves has begun to search and find a senior-level executive to run the new film deal for 6th in Idaho. Dylan Clark, who has been Reeves' producing partner on the Planet of the Apes trilogy and the Batman, is also back for the sequel, but runs his own production label. Reeves won't take the office space on the lot, but rather will stay in 6th in Idaho's current headquarters. Pam and I gratefully inherited the relationship with Matt from the Batman, and through the beginning stages of the planning of Penguin series for HBO Max, DeLuca told Deadline. We were excited to nail down his overall deal because it's a cornerstone of what we want to do with the filmmakers that are working at the studio. We want to create an atmosphere where all of these filmmakers can excel and do their work and stay with us once they're inside Warner's family. Keeping Matt and creating a home for him to do more projects in the Batman universe, but also the originals, was very important to us. The 6th in Idaho re-up with Warner Brothers Television Group comes as production start looms for The Penguin, with Colin Farrell reprising his Oswald Cobblepot role for HBO Max. There is also a Batman Arkham series in discussion. Daniel Pipsky continues to run the 6th in Idaho TV business with longtime executive Rafi Crone working across both film and TV. Matt is one of the most imaginative and creative minds in the business, said Channing Dungey, chairman, Warner Brothers Television Group. We look forward to continuing our partnership with the wonderful 6th in Idaho team and expanding the world Matt so artfully created with the Batman film through our upcoming series, The Penguin. We'll skip through some of the other stuff here that really doesn't have any bearing on what I want to end with. They said the studio will empower Reeves to become a cornerstone filmmaker there. Someone like Matt will buy for him whatever he wants to do, DeLuca said. We're making an investment for whatever Matt feels a pull toward in the Batman universe and otherwise. He has an open invitation to go wherever his interests take him. We'll lean into whatever Matt wants to do. in terms of the writer-directors out there working in this very elevated genre space, with everything Matt's done, from Let Me In to the Apes trilogy to the Batman, he's in a class by himself. Reeves' deal was done by CAA, 3 Arts, and Jackaway Austin Tierman. And I just want to talk about this headline in this article. This is from August 12th. J.B. Augustine, DC penciler Chris Wozniak accuses Matt Reeves of stealing his original ideas for the Batman film, provides new evidence to back his claims. And this, drops literally 12 days before, or 11 days before Reeves inks his new deal, or it was announced that he inked his new deal with Warner Brothers. And I don't know how much more they're going to do in this, what they're going to do about it, if they're going to really look into it. But I wanted to touch on a piece of this article here, as this was covered on YouTube. In the uploaded title, Batman Gate 2, Wozniak seeks to prove further that Reeves did not write a wholly original script, as he claimed in interviews, and lied to the press about where his young reboot story came from. Wozniak notes, the one thing they needed and did to make the reboot a starting out version was to keep it in Gotham. From there, striking parallels remain between the treatment of the film, with a few exceptions. A checklist was assembled to illustrate not much of the film is actually different at all. Riddler's surrogate families, a biblical catastrophe, and judgment befalling Gotham, as well as Batman being in a specific phase of his career, are virtually the same, whereas the sources of the city's decay and corruption vary. You see, here it is right here. Wozniak's plot. Batman at the end of career. Batman. The Batman. Batman at the beginning of career, criminal banking conglomerate, organized crime syndicate, complete systematic corruption funded by banks, complete systematic corruption renewal fund. Commune is Riddler's surrogate family, orphanage is Riddler's surrogate family. Expose the truth about the afterlife, unmask the truth about the corrupted Gotham. Armageddon for everyone in the world, Judgment Day for everyone in Gotham. Biblical global plague, biblical flooding of Gotham. It says half of these are so similar, they're hardly worth mentioning. This Chris Wozniak mentioned this on his YouTube channel, and this is very, 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 it's funny. This is funny to me, because you have this director who they're throwing all the money at, giving all this freedom to, and here he is accused by another DC writer of stealing ideas from the script. Well, I mean, if everything in Hollywood was wholly original, it would be fantastic. I'm not condoning this behavior, but I want to know what you guys think. I like The Batman. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was a solid movie. I thought it was really good. Thought it was well done. Not a big fan of Robert Pattinson coming into it. His perspective playing the role, and I ended up enjoying it. But that does beg the question, what are they going to do with Robert Pattinson now that they have Ben Affleck back in the role, apparently, according to all the articles and sources we've been hearing from. So now it's your turn. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Were you a fan of The Batman? Do you think Matt Reeves stole ideas from Chris Wozniak? Do you think it's a good idea for Warner to sign him to this huge deal and give him all this freedom, all things considered, with the, the problem of him, stealing this script from another person who's employed at DC? Do you find that troubling at all? Let me know. Leave your thoughts. Be sure to smack the like button, share the video. If today's the day I've earned it, please subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on 1,200. I'd really like to get there before the end of the month. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities. So if you're a fan of the channel, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell for notifications. I'm Infinitale, the place to be reviews. I've been here with all of you. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything.
to fade away.
I could do this all